Hey there guys, welcome to a micro-sized episode of Alan's collection and part of the celebrations of the Haslab Giant-Man. We're going to be reviewing Hank Pym and of course Janet Van Dyne, also known as the Wasp. So come down here and join me and let's begin. Marvel Legends, Giant-Man and the Wasp. Avengers, assemble! Okay guys, here we have Marvel Legends, Avengers, Beyond Earth Mightiest, Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. This is a Hasbro Marvel Legends 2-pack, and of course this was released in commemoration of the Earth Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers. So let's check out the outer box, guys. First, let's start with the front of the box. And this is of course a window box where we can see the figures themselves and some accessories. On the top we can see the words Legend Series. On the middle the figures as I said before, and on the bottom in large letters Avengers Beyond Earth Mightiest. And of course we have the names of the figures, Giant-Man and the Wasp. And we have a warning, choking hazard, small parts. Now let's check out the side of the box. Here we have Giant-Man and the Wasp in vintage comic book style, guys. Very nice. Checking out the back of the box. On the top left corner we have letters that say Legend Series, and below we have information about the characters Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. Information in 5 languages, guys. To the right we have a recreation of Avengers number 4 comic cover from 1963, guys. And here we have of course Wasp, Giant-Man, Captain America, Iron Man and Thor. And below we have all the legal information and warnings. On the other side of the box we have again Giant-Man and the Wasp in vintage style there. Very nice. And we're back to the front of the box, guys. Let's check out the inner box. Okay guys, here we have the blister box for Giant-Man and the Wasp. And you can appreciate even more the figures and their accessories, guys. And also we have on the back quite a few classic Avengers. And there we have a leaflet. We have a piece of paper with legal information and warnings, guys. Can't wait to review them out of the box, so let's do that. Okay guys, here we have Hank Pym in his vanilla pose. And as you know, he's one of the founding members of the Avengers. And it's great that we have now quite a few versions of him. So let's check this figure out. So this is Hank Pym with his lab coat, guys. Checking out this coat is a white long coat made of fabric, and it feels quite rough material. You can also see the stitches. We have a stitches pattern there. The long coat covers his torso, arms and part of his legs. Under the coat we have Hank Pym's classic costume, the red, black and blue costume. On the lower torso we can see a silver belt. Very nice. And on the legs you can appreciate the sculpted muscles, guys. Now, checking out the head sculpt, we have here a very nicely sculpted blonde hair, blue eyes, and of course his expression is very serious, almost angry look. This head sculpt is spot on. I very much like it, guys. Okay guys, let's check out Hank Pym's articulation. Okay guys, let's check out Hank Pym's articulation. So let's start with the head. You can move the head down very nicely. Up. All the way up to there. You can move the head left and you can move the head right. Very nice articulation in the head, guys. Now let's move on to the torso. It has a chest cut there. You can move the upper torso forward and backwards just a bit. But you can move the torso to the left and to the right very nicely like this. Now let's check out the arm articulation. You can move the arm forward and backwards and out just a bit. But we can move the wrist very nicely like this. Now let's check out the leg articulation. So you can move the leg forward and also you can move the leg backwards. And as you can see, you can move the leg out as well. Next we have the thigh cut. You can rotate the thigh very nicely. And next we have a double jointed knee articulation there. You can bend the knee very nicely like this, guys. Next we have shin articulation, and you can rotate the shin like this. And then below we have foot articulation. You can move the foot down and up, and also you have a rocker that you can move the foot. And that's it, guys. Now let's check out Janet Van Dyne's vanilla pose. Okay guys, here we have Janet Van Dyne. And of course we continue to celebrate these figures, Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers. And we have here the longtime partner of Hank Pym. Let's check out her vanilla pose. Starting with the torso, we have her classic black and red dress, inspired in the 1960s clothing fashion, with the skirts becoming popular. I very much like the blue whitish W that she has below her neck, and it's all glittery as well, very nice. If you take a look at her belt, there are two small containers there, where she keeps her Pym particles, which allow her to shrink in size, guys. On her back there are two peg holes to place her wings. Now, checking out her head sculpt. It's a unique head sculpt which very much reminds me of the neutrinos from the TMNT. So as you can see, it's a pointy helmet with headphones, a microphone, and she has a couple of antennas there. Very, very nice. Her face is nicely sculpted. She has blue eyes. She has a plain expression, no emotions there. The only problem with her face is a piece of plastic hanging on the left side of the face, which is a bummer, because otherwise this is a nearly perfect figure, guys. And that's it. Let's check now the articulation for Wasp. Okay guys, let's check out Wasp's articulation. And let's start of course with the head. As you can see, the head goes down and the head goes up. The head turns to the left and the head can turn to the right very nicely. You can also tilt the head to the left and tilt the head to the right. Now let's check out the torso articulation. The torso clearly doesn't move forward or backwards. However, it does move to the left and it moves to the right. Now, let's check out the arms articulation. The arm moves forward and the arm moves backwards. And the arm can move out as well. Then we have here a bicep cut. You can rotate the bicep very nicely. Wasp also has a double jointed elbow articulation. And finally we have articulation in the hand, guys. You can move the hand up and then you can move the hand down. You can also rotate the hand very nicely. Now let's check out leg articulation. You can move the leg forward and you can move the leg backwards like this. You can also move the leg out very nicely, guys. Wasp also has a thigh cut. You can rotate the thigh. Wasp also has a double jointed knee articulation. You can bend the knee all the way up to here, guys. Really good articulation there. And finally, let's check out the foot articulation. Foot goes up. The foot goes down. Now let's check out Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne's accessories, guys. Okay guys, let's check out the accessories for Giant-Man and the Wasp. Let's take a look at those amazing wings first. They're plain white wings, but they have vein patterns in each wing, and each pair comes with a double set of wings, that's smaller and bigger, just like a regular Wasp, guys. Okay guys, I'll show you now how to place the wings in the peg holes. So, you grab the first set of wings, and what you do is place this peg into the hole, like this, all the way in. And of course, then you can rotate the peg and also swivel down or up the peg, or sideways even. This to give you a range of ways to unfold the wings, guys. And you do the same with the other set. You place it on the other hole. There you go, guys. So now you have Wasp with her spread wings. Looks really, really cool, guys. Very cool. Moving on, we have a couple of flasks. And as you know, Hank Pym is a scientist that works with chemicals. Of course, he created the Pym particles, so he had to make some tests before until he got it right. So here's a couple of flasks. Next, we have the electronic tablet, or electronic computer, if you will. Janet Van Dyne's piece of technology. This is her accessory, guys. And next we have a shrinked Quinjet. Very, very nice. It has the A of Avengers. Of course, this is the Avengers plane, the Quinjet. And it's really nicely crafted, guys. Next we have the extra heads. Here we have the unmasked face of Janet Van Dyne. It's nicely sculpted, as you can see, with her brown hair, blue eyes, and her expression is dull. No expression there, a bit like Hank Pym's unmasked face, as we saw it on his vanilla pose. Then we have Giant-Man's extra head sculpt. We have Hank Pym with his mask on. Here Hank Pym looks kind of angry, guys, or really ready for battle. Next we have the extra hands. A couple of relaxed hands, guys, that belong to Hank Pym himself. And a couple of relaxed hands that belong to Janet Van Dyne, guys. So those are the accessories, very nice accessories. Their relationship really started when Janet Van Dyne's father, Vernon Van Dyne, was killed by an alien entity who was unleashed during his experiments. And when this happened, Janet turned to Vernon Van Dyne's associate, Dr. Hank Pym, and convinced him to help her. And together they avenged her father's death, and from there they became really close to the point of becoming founding members of the Avengers. It was Janet Van Dyne who proposed and actually came up with the idea of the name for the team, Avengers. So let me know what you think about in the comments. Don't forget to give a like and of course subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next on Alan's Collection.